Hey guys, I'm Gabriel. Today I've got two what I think are hilarious, kind of dirty and edgy jokes for you. So if you're easily offended or a little kid, you might want to turn this off. I love politically incorrect humor. So there was a ship that sunk at sea. Only 3 people survived, 2 men and 1 woman. The 3 of them swam their way to a remote island and started to live off the land, foraging for food, eating fruits, berries, nuts, and seeds. After a few weeks, the 2 men approached the woman and they said, "Listen, we've got some, needs. Would it be okay if we," and she said, "with both of you?" And the first guy said, "Well, one day with me, and the next day with him, and then me, him, and like that." So she thought about it and she said, "Well, okay." So they went on this way for several weeks. Then the woman got a terrible disease and infection and suddenly died. So the 2 guys looked down at her dead body and looked at each other and said, "What are we going to do now?" The first guy said, "I think there's only one option." The second guy looked at him and said, "You don't mean..." The first guy looked at him in the eyes and said, "Mm-hmm." Second guy said, "I don't think that I could." The first guy said, "Look, one day you do it, the next day me, then you, then me, and we'll go like this." Second guy took a deep breath and said, "Okay, we'll try it." So they went on this way for a few weeks. After a few weeks, the second guy took the first guy aside and said, "Look, I can't deal with this anymore. This has gotten utterly and absolutely revolting and disgusting." He said, "I know we have needs, but I'm finished with this. We have to bury her." That's 1. Here's 2. Number 2 is not a joke, it's a story. It's a true story. When I first got my driver's license, I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. True story, that is a fact. And I got my driver's license, I was 17, and I was driving around a suburban area on the west side of Cleveland. And I felt a little bump in the road like I hit something, right? And suddenly, I see these police sirens behind me. I'm like, holy crap, First few weeks of driving and I'm getting pulled over. So I pulled over the side of the road and the cop comes up to me and knocks on my window and I roll it down, show him my license, and he said, "Are you aware that you ran over a cat back there?" I was shocked. I said, "What?" He said, you've killed a domestic pet." I said, "I had no idea. I felt something. I didn't see anything. My lights are on." He said, "Look, we have an ordinance specifically in this county that if you kill a domestic pet, you're responsible to find the owner and rectify the situation." I said, "I understand. I feel terrible. I'll do that." So I started going like door knocking in the neighborhood, and like the 4th house I went to, some lady answered the door, and I described the cat, said I had an accident. She said, "Oh my God, oh, that was my cat." And I said, "I'm so sorry, ma'am, it was an accident." I said, "Look, how much did you pay for the cat and the shots and the checkups and everything? Can I compensate you for that?" And it came to like $200. And for me, that was a lot of money. I was just a teenager, but I said, "Oh, okay, it's the least I can do. Plus, I don't want to get in trouble legally for this." So I paid her $200 to compensate her for she had for the cat, even though I felt terrible. Thought I had done the best I could do. So I went back to the officer and I said, I went door knocking. I found the owner of the cat. I told her what happened. I was very apologetic. I asked her how much the cat cost her and all the checkups, the medical bills. I paid her restitution. I've done the best I can. Everything's solved. He looked at me and he said, "You shouldn't have done that. Now we're going to have to lock her up." I said, "What? If anything, lock her up for the leash law, letting her cat run around loose all the time. What are you talking about?" He said, "No, for selling pussy." That's 2. Like and subscribe.